1914, 1st of October is, sorry, from the 24th of October to the 28th of October, the first ships in the first convoy in Australia and New Zealand history were all the way over here to set up first row of Australian, second row of Australian ships, third row of Australian ships, and 2 rows of New Zealand ships that were coming in to get ready to go over to Turkey, Anzac Day. They didn't know where to go, so first of all they left on 7 o'clock in the morning on the 1st of November 1914. 26 Australian and 10 New Zealand warships sailed off to Egypt, arriving on the 3rd of December, so just over a month and 2 days. Basically, most of the ships were just carrying soldiers, supplies, and everything. And then they had the HMS Sydney, Melbourne, HIJMS Ibuki. It's a Japanese heavy cruiser, which is quite funny actually, since they decided to bomb us in the Second World War. I guess I had inside information. HMS Minotaur. So they would have come around here, sort of making sure that everything was all good. They set them up in the convoys so that obviously they'll be safe. But just to think how weird this is, that this is the last place that the 8,700 in the 8 months of the Anzac Cove, this is the last time they saw home. So, yeah. So, yeah, 2 New Zealanders. That would have been the flagpole. And yeah, off they go. Then they reckon the second convoy was 16 ships, 10,000 Australian, 2,000 New Zealanders, guns, equipment and horses, all to the war, departing on New Year's Eve, 1914. The opening weeks of the war saw many of the Germans in the Far East moving to India, Pacific and South by the beginning of 1915. Most of them had destroyed, so they didn't need to go in convoys anymore. The first, I'll just read it out briefly. On declaration of the war on 5th of August 1914, the Australian government set about mobilising and training a force of 20,000 men to send to help England and our allies in the Great War against Germany. Basically, in the war, in the first, there were 10,000 expected mountain rifles, Emperor's Regard, and in all, 10,000 was straight up. Hence the reason, so in saying that, some did come back, and it's got all history of all the boats and the names of them. Big ones to note is, I don't know, Star of Victoria, all important obviously, but none that I know of. I know the HMS, these are all sort of a little bit, there you go, more Anzac Day stuff.